I've been an avid drama movie watcher my entire life. In all of the hundreds of drama movies that I've watched during my life, I've not watched one as exciting as the life of Benjamin Franklin. In reading the biography Becoming Ben Franklin by Russell Friedman, I was exposed to the fascinating, jaw-dropping, awe-inspiring life of Benjamin Franklin. Benjamin Franklin is considered by many an irreplaceable political figure in American history. However, if asked today, many Americans would incorrectly tell you that Franklin's face is on our highest paper currency because he discovered electricity. Before my study of Benjamin Franklin, I would have told you the same thing. We are very visual as a people. We see the pictures of Benjamin Franklin, the kite and the lightning. Putting images together, we assume Franklin discovered electricity. In reality, Benjamin Franklin was flying his famous kite so that he could prove his theory that lightning was a form of electricity. Franklin knew that he wasn't the discoverer of electricity. Although Franklin was not the discoverer of electricity, much of his scientific exploration was in the field of electricity. Among his advances in electricity, Benjamin Franklin is attributed with labeling positive and negative electrical charges. Benjamin Franklin has an important place in U.S. inventing history. Among his many inventions, the lightning rod, the Franklin stove, and bifocal glasses. In addition to being an inventor, Franklin earned many other titles, including printer, editor, publisher, philosopher, humorist, and writer. Although Benjamin Franklin was extraordinary in all of these fields, and although he had many great inventions to his name, none of these things earned Franklin his place on the coveted $100 bill. His face appears on our $100 bill because of his role in politics. Specifically because of his deep involvement in the writing and the enacting of the United States Constitution, our separation from Great Britain, and the foundation and formation of America. President Donald Trump was catapulted to political greatness, much in part because of his financial success. Benjamin Franklin shares a similar story, business to politics. First, Franklin purchased the Pennsylvania Gazette. He quickly turned the Gazette into Pennsylvania's leading newspaper. Adding success to success, Franklin created the famous Poor Richard's Almanac. On the massive success of this almanac, Franklin became a rich man by the age of 42. To say that the colonies needed Franklin's help at the beginning of the Revolution is an understatement. Just as the eyes of thousands were upon Donald Trump as the one man who might save them in 2017, so the eyes of thousands were upon Franklin from the time of the Stamp Act in 1765 until his death in 1790. For time's sake, I am fast-forwarding past the Stamp Act, the Boston Tea Party, and the Intolerable Acts. The Revolutionary War is in full swing. The colonies, with their weak local militias and newly formed Continental Army, stood no chance against the well-established military of Great Britain. The Founding Fathers, including Franklin, knew that the colonies had only one hope to survive and become independent. They must find an ally. France became the obvious choice. France and England had been fighting on and off for centuries. France was looking for an opportunity to undermine the British Empire and regain its foothold in North America. Franklin sails to France in 1776 in what I consider to be the mission of his life. The weight is on Benjamin Franklin to persuade France to become allies with the colonies in their fight for independence. You could not choose a better ambassador. You see, France already loved Benjamin Franklin. He had won their hearts 24 years prior, not with political persuasion, but with science. He published a book called Experiments and Observations on Electricity. He published the book in English. He also published the book in French. With insight from Franklin's book, the French were able to capture electricity from lightning before Franklin. For 24 years, the French had viewed Benjamin Franklin as a scientific hero. Even on his journey to gain France as a war ally, Franklin is treated more like a movie star than an ambassador. Crowds gathered, hoping to catch a glimpse of him. Living in Passy, France, for 2 years, Franklin furthered his friendship and trust with the French. He lived among the French and gained their trust. After 2 years of being in France, the French were ready to join Franklin and ready to join the colonies. With Benjamin Franklin's signature, 2 treaties were signed. One, creating a military alliance between France and America. The other, an agreement on friendship and trade. The French also agreed to recognize the independence of the United States. The year was 1778. 2 years later, French reinforcements sailed to America to join the colonies in battle. Now, with the French on their side, the colonies overpowered the British. When the British Prime Minister Lord North learned that Cornwallis had surrendered, he exclaimed, "Oh God, it's all over, it's all over, it's all over."